And we are sisters. We stand together. We make up one big family, but we don't look the same.
Our
See?
spots are different. Different color.
Cheetah Girls is badass. Welcome to The Fourth Act, our entertainment podcast where once a week we discuss a topic in TV, movies, and more. My name is Gabe, and I'm once again joined with the lovely Jets. Now, this is your first time on the podcast.
Is it really?
Yeah, well, you popped up on 2 reviews.
That's it.
But this is your first time on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
And you're here for a special one today.
Yes.
And what are we doing?
We're doing DCOM movies.
Disney Channel original movies.
Hell yeah.
Bad acting.
Bad acting, super cringe.
Super cringe.
Oh my god, but let me
we
tell
love
you,
it.
but we love it. I love it the most. Those were my childhood staples.
But before we get into it, of course, we're a new channel. If you'd like to support us, go ahead and give us a like.
What?
We can't do that every time,
sorry.
can we? Can we?
Not.
Go ahead and give us a like. Comment. There's going to be tons of questions underneath. Go ahead, just answer those questions. Just engage. It lets YouTube know that something is happening here.
But most importantly, please subscribe.
Please subscribe. Yeah. If you like one of our videos too, if this is your second video, definitely subscribe. If you've been watching and you haven't subscribed, subscribe.
Just help us out.
If you think,
Click.
oh, he's not talking to me, I don't need to like it. I don't need to. No.
We're
Believe
talking to
me.
you. Yeah.
I'm talking to you. Subscribe, like, share, do all those things. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's get into it.
Now, before I get into fun facts, I guess I'll just throw it to you. When I say DCOMs, what's the first thing that pops into your mind?
Let's watch a Disney Channel movie.
Right?
Yep, those kids jumping in the air. You know, that's what I grew up on. I know other people, I know they've changed it like a million times throughout the year.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were still doing that, but I guess they changed it at some point. Even when we were watching, they changed it at some point, like after High School Musical or something. And
Yeah.
that's when they started doing like a different one.
Yeah, they started doing like yeah. I do remember when they changed it. But I honestly, the OG is just the kids jumping through the air.
Yeah, whatever that was.
Disney
Whoever
Channel.
made that was in their bag, huh?
They popped off, and they probably made so much money off of that. But yeah, Disney Channel movies. Were you growing up watching these like I was? Like, were you there every Friday night when they had one on?
Yeah. Most importantly, what I remember is them promoting it, like on the side
Yeah.
of whatever. If you're watching Disney Channel on the side, it would count down like 30 days, 29 days. And I would get hyped over movies that I didn't like give a shit about. Like Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior.
Yeah, dude, they
Cowbells.
promote them so well that
Yeah,
they made them
yeah.
look so good, even though like it was
Right.
such a crazy premise, such a wild premise.
So yeah, like I watched plenty. Not a lot stick. Like when we go through the list right here, I'll probably skip over a bunch, even though I've seen them. I think we'll mainly talk about the ones that just come naturally to us and which ones stick out, our favorites.
Yeah, our personal favorites for sure, and then we also have been rewatching a few.
Yeah, this has been like 2 weeks in prep. We've been watching one every 2-3 days, something like
Yeah.
that. Just like while we're eating, we'll watch like 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. But we watched like 5 or 6 Disney
Yeah.
Channel movies.
Mainly from our era. We didn't watch a lot of the newer ones, but mainly from like what 1999 to like 2000.
1997.
Okay, so that was the first.
That was the first Disney Channel original movie, which was Under Wraps.
Yeah, no, but I mean from the ones that we watched.
Yeah.
The movies that we watched from like 1999 to like 2008. That
Well, let's
short
see.
era.
The earliest one we saw was Brink, so 1998.
Okay, 1998.
The latest one that we saw, or the newest one we saw, which isn't that new, it's 10 years ago, it's 2013, but it was Teen Beach. And we'll get more into specifics with all of those later.
Yeah.
But really quick, let me get my little notes out, my little fun facts.
Okay.
Because the first Disney Channel original movie was Under Wraps in 1997.
Uh-huh.
But there's like 15, 20 movies before that, actually.
Yeah, I actually saw that as well, because those were listed as not DCOMs. Because the first one, which was Under Wraps, that one was premiered as a Disney Channel original movie.
Right.
Versus the first ones from like 1985 up until like 97.
Oh, you did your research.
I did. Those were channel or listed
those
under.
were called Disney Channel premiere films.
There you go.
And that was when it was just called the Disney Channel.
Mm-hmm.
And it catered more to families because back then cable was bigger, you know. Well, I guess cable was just different. So it wasn't just trying to, like, there wasn't that many channels to where this is a kid's channel. It was like, no, the Disney Channel is a family channel. So they were like more, I guess, mature movies. But when they rebranded into Disney Channel, what we know it today, or at least what we knew it when we were watching it, then they changed the name from the movies as well. So they weren't premiere films anymore. They were called Disney Channel Original Movies. And that's when it premiered with Under Wraps in 1997.
Nice.
So I thought that was cool because I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
So they've been making original movies since Disney Channel was the thing, the Disney Channel. But I was trying to find like budget and just stuff like that, like numbers, and I couldn't find anything on budget.
Yeah.
And that's what I was most interested in. I wanted to see like if like through the success of some of these movies, if like the budget got bigger. I wanted to see like how long it takes to make these, like how fast the turnaround is from, you know, and I couldn't find any of that. Maybe I didn't look hard enough, but I did research for like an hour and I couldn't find nothing.
I mean, if you looked at like the years that they were released, it looks like they were back to back. Like they started in like 85 and then it's just like 85, 86, 87. Like they were constantly releasing.
Oh yeah, and we'll get into those numbers as well. Let me see here. What else I have? So I actually have the highest rated, the top 10 highest rated in terms of views, like ratings.
Okay,
and
like TV?
Yeah, TV ratings from when they dropped.
Okay, hit me.
So a couple of them were ties. So there was actually like a top 12 or 13 list. I don't want to do that. Just 10.
Okay.
So number 10, I have Cadet Kelly at 7.8 million. I couldn't believe that, but that goes to show how big Hilary Duff was at the time.
Yeah. Well, and no, what was her name? Christy Carlson Romano.
There you go.
Yeah.
She has a podcast too.
Yeah, she does. Shout out, girl. Hey.
Hey. She's listening right now. Number 9, same thing, 7.8 million is the Cheetah Girls, the first one. But that one is more like, I think, was that So Raven out at the time? It had to be, right? Maybe season 1.
I don't think so. She was really young in the Cheetah Girls, and I think That's So Raven was more like early 2000s, maybe like a couple years after the movie came out. She probably got the show. Oh,
I'm wrong. I'm sorry. So number 9 was the Cheetah Girls 2 at 7.8 million. So yeah, the Cheetah Girls isn't on the list. So it's at a 7.8. The Cheetah Girls 2 is because of how good the first Cheetah Girls did. Mm-hmm. Like you're only as good as your last movie or project, whatever. And we'll get into that later as well. So number 10, Cadet Kelly. Number 9, the Cheetah Girls 2. Number 8, Camp Rock 2, The Final Jam.
Dang.
And Camp Rock, I'll just get into it now because we're not going to talk about it later. What's the deal? Like, I remember even back then, it kind of feeling like, oh, this is supposed to be the successor to High School Musical. Like, they just wanted more songs.
They wanted another, like, a soundtrack musical album, something that they could bank off of for a tour, you know? Right.
For a tour? Did they go on tour?
I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah.
I forgot they used to do that.
Dude. Yes. That whole thing, this is kind of a sidetrack, but when Demi Lovato like completely went off the rails, like she beat up, like it was when she first came out as
She beat up somebody?
She beat up someone on the Camp Rock tour.
Really?
Yeah, it was one of her backup dancers because, it's a crazy story. So she was like already acting out, like I guess something happened. They all trashed a hotel room, or I think Demi did. And then the following day, like the hotel was obviously like, dude, what the hell happened? They talked to the people at Disney, and then it was just this whole thing where one of the girls was like, yeah, well, Demi was on drugs and she said that we should, do this. Like they pretty much snitched on Demi, and then Demi like talked to the exec that was trying to help her out, and then Demi was like, I guess apparently being all fake and was like, oh, I just want to thank her, let me know who it was because I really needed this wake-up call. And then the guy gave her the name, and then like that night she just
dropped him.
She dropped her. Like she got into a fight. Like she had bruises and.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. That's when
I didn't know she was like that.
Yeah, that's when she first started like having or showing signs of her drug problem.
Well, anyway, Camp Rock sucks. That's all I wanted to say.
In your opinion.
So you like Camp Rock?
I loved Camp Rock.
We didn't
Camp Rock
rewatch it.
1.
We rewatched like 7 movies. None of them were Camp Rock.
Yeah, I will say Camp Rock's not the strongest one. It's not High School Musical. Not anything close to that.
I saw the first one, and that was it.
I think I only saw the first one too, and I only liked the first one. I don't remember watching the second one. And we were just only talking about the second one, right? That's the one that...
Yeah. Well, let's continue the list. So, number 10, Cadet Kelly. Number 9, The Cheetah Girls 2. Number 7... I'm sorry.
8.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Number 4... I'm sorry. I'm a little buzzed. We've been drinking. Number 8 was Camp Rock 2. Number 7... This surprised me.
Uh-huh.
Jump In with Corbin Blue.
You're the only one who doesn't like it.
It's just that I don't remember it. Like, I remember I watched it for sure. And I probably never rewatched it, and it has no cultural significance at all.
You lie. Push It to the Limit.
What's that? That's a song?
Yeah, push it to the limit.
Oh, okay.
Limit.
Okay, I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Number 6, Teen Beach Movie.
Wow.
Now, we rewatched this one. Maybe we could just talk about it now. You want to, or should we save it for later?
Let's save it. Continue
Teen Beach Movie was number 6. Number 5, Princess Protection Program.
I never saw that.
I don't think I've ever seen that one either. I don't even know when it came out.
I don't remember watching it. I want to say it was like 2007, 2006.
Like, who's in it? Do you know anything about it?
Hell yes, I do. It's freaking Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez at their prime when they were besties.
Did she beat up Selena Gomez too?
No, she didn't. They just had a falling out.
Okay, and then number 4, Descendants 2. So you see a lot of these are sequels where it's like, okay, the first one was really good, now everybody's tuning into the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any? You've never seen any?
I've never seen any.
I've seen the first one like after the fact. Like, obviously, I was too old for it by then, but I seen it after the fact for some reason. Number 3 is Camp Rock 1. So so that's interesting. That Camp Rock 2, Camp Rock 1 is not that great. That Camp Rock 2 didn't even match it. So Camp Rock 2 was at 7.9 million. Camp Rock was at 8.9.
Wow, that's not a huge difference though.
No, it's not, but it is a drop.
Yeah, a couple millions.
And number 2.
Uh-huh.
This one makes a lot of sense. I didn't see this one, though. Was Wizards of Waverly Place the movie. Because that was like treated as like the season finale of the show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'd still never seen it. I think they all get powers or something. Biggest cop-out, if that's the case.
Oh, I don't remember.
I could have swore I heard that.
I think that it was a 2-parter as well, wasn't it?
I don't know. I'm only seeing...
Never mind.
I'm only seeing this. And number 1, can you guess what it is? Wait, really quick, because I know I messed up. I didn't mention all the numbers. So one more time. Number 10, Cadet Kelly, 7.8 million. Number 9, The Cheetah Girls 2, 7.8 million. Number 8, Camp Rock 2, The Final Gem, 7.9 million. Number 7, Jump In, 8.2 million. Number 6, Teen Beach Movie, 8.4 million. Princess Protection Program, 8.5 million. Descendants 2, 8.9 million. Camp Rock, also 8.9 million. Wizards of Waverly Place the movie, 11.4. And then a huge jump to 17.2 million. What is their their highest rated movie?
High School Musical 2.
High School Musical 2. Because the first one was so good that everybody tuned into the second one.
Yep.
And then the second one got those ratings to where the third one was in the movie theaters.
Yep.
Any thoughts on this?
Not surprised. I was probably...
But look at the difference. Like, second place is 11.4. They're at 17.2.
It's High School Musical 2. Zac Efron, Vanessa Hudgens.
You guys should name the cast. Corbin Blue.
Why not? No, I'm just kidding. Do you have the numbers for High School Musical 1?
No, it's not in the top 10, which is surprising. And that's another thing is Jump In only has that many views because of High School Musical 1, because of that, because of
Corbin Blue.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So High School Musical 1, let me see if I can pull it up here.
Well, I will say that, like, dude, these High School Musical movies were freaking everything.
They were everything.
Everything, dude. They did the sing-alongs. They did the dance-alongs. They taught you how to do the choreography. Like, I'm not surprised. Like, it was huge, and
especially that second one. Like, they made it such a big deal.
Yeah. I do honestly want to say that, like, I feel like this was just the beginning of, like, I feel like, or no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to say that. I want to say that about a different movie.
Was it the start of something new?
Yes, it was the start of something new.
Now, while we're on the top, so that's the top 10. I think that's it for fun facts. But I wanted to comment on what you were saying. High School Musical really blew them up and made them realize that they but that they want to go this direction with more songs and all that. And then we started getting other stuff like Teen Beach, Descendants, Camp Rock. It kind of turned into that after a while, but I want to give credit and give the flowers to Cheetah Girls because they're the ones that did it first.
That's what I was gonna say.
And then it went into High School Musical.
Yep, that's what I have down in my notes.
Did you?
For the Cheetah Girls? Yeah, I said that this was the birth of the musical DCOM. Because the soundtrack in Cheetah Girls, dude, I had the CD. I was obsessed. I used to dance to it in my room, make up my own choreography.
I thought the DCOMs like taught you choreography. Were they doing that on Cheetah Girls or not yet?
No, dude. They only started with High School Musical.
Okay.
Did you happen to have the ratings for the first High School Musical?
Oh yeah, I did find that. So High School Musical 1 had 7.7. So 7.8 was number 10. So it almost cracked top 10.
Wow.
Yeah, just being like, brand new.
Yeah.
And by the way, like we rewatched High School Musical 1 and 2. One's better, definitely. 100% better. Without a doubt, nobody would think that part 2 is better than part 1, right?
I'm sorry, nobody?
Nobody.
You will have everyone in your comment section, including me.
Well, first of all, we don't get that many comments.
Fighting you that
I would love,
good.
Bring it on. I want all the High School Musical 2 fans.
Dude, please. I know, like, I can't say that one is better than the other because they're both beyond iconic. I guess I can.
Earlier, you were saying the second one was better. Yeah.
Well, okay, now that I've had time to sit and think about both
because
of them.
we rewatched one today.
Yes. The plot in the first one is better.
Even the characters are better.
The characters are better in this one.
Troy and Gabriella are better.
Yeah, I will say the characters in the second one aren't that great. Like, it's I want to say, like, a lot of their quirks and things are turned up to a
And the
whole
second
degree.
one, they just don't have their head in the game.
They don't have their head in the game, and they're not in school.
They're not all in it together. You see, it reminds me of Avengers 1 and 2. You see, Avengers 1 is about building the team. Part 2 is about destroying the team, right?
Oh, yeah.
I was just messing around, but sure, why not? High School Musical 1 is about them, like, will they, won't they? And, you're rooting for them to get together. And High School Musical 2, they're insufferable. T is for Troy. All that stuff.
Well, okay, so you're talking about Gabriella and Troy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The leads.
Yeah.
I just like them better in the first one than the second. And then the story of the first one, it's like their spin on Grease. And I love Grease.
Kind of.
Yeah, because they meet in the summer. Well, they meet in like winter break, and then they come back, and then it's just like it.
I'm a smart girl, and I'm an athlete. We can't sing because you're smart, and I'm an athlete, and we're not supposed to mess with the status quo.
Yeah, you see, all the song, whatever.
Can I shoot you a fun fact about High School Musical?
Yeah.
Did you know that Zac Efron did not sing in any of these movies?
I mean, that's not surprising. I didn't know that. I thought he at least sang something.
Nope.
Like, even in the beginning, like in the karaoke on the first one?
It said all of his singing was voiced over by someone else.
That's all right.
I'm surprised you're not that disappointed like I was when I found out.
No, well, because that's what I noticed throughout most High School Musicals. It's just like, it doesn't look like any of them are singing. Like, that's not Vanessa Hudgens. For sure, that's not Vanessa Hudgens.
I'm pretty sure that's her.
No.
I'd
be surprised.
Like that. She tried to have a music or a singing career after High School Musical.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that actually Ashley Tisdale too?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
That sounded like her. What about Ryan? He actually sang pretty good.
I'm pretty sure. He seems like he's a theater guy.
That's the thing, is like, if you're gonna hire these other people, like Ashley Tisdale was already a Disney girl, so I could see why you would bring her in and then have somebody else sing for her. But like, to hire all these other people, like the side characters, Like if they can't sing, why would you even hire them? So I guess I believe that they are singing, but let's see. Now I have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
And then we'll go wherever we go. We'll talk about different movies later on, specific movies later on. So what is the first movie that you remember, that you could remember watching? First Disney Channel original movie you could remember?
See, I have 2 answers for you on that one.
Okay, go for it.
I have like the first Disney Channel original movie premiere that I remember like looking forward to and watching. And then there's also the DCOM movies that I just remember watching as a kid that were like
That's probably a bunch, right?
Yeah, rewatches, or what is it? Replays? I don't know. But it like, I guess in terms of like my first ever movie, probably Smart House.
That's what I was thinking, like that Smart House, Brink era, like
Quince.
Yeah, like somewhere around. It's kind of like all together is what I remember.
The 13th year, like I remember just watching them, like not fully. But if we're gonna talk about premiere, probably Stuck in the Suburbs or Wendy Wu.
Really?
Yeah.
What is that? 2004?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like I remember watching the promo a ton for that and for Wendy Wu and being like, oh, I want to watch those.
That's one of those that I remember being a countdown is Stuck in the Suburbs.
Yeah. But like,
and they would promote, from what I remember, I could just be totally wrong. I remember promoting them like 60 days ahead. They'd be like
totally.
60, 59, 58, all the way down. And then you're just like, finally, Wendy Wu is here. And then it's just mid. You just don't care.
Yeah.
But hey, it worked.
I do remember being obsessed with Cheetah Girls. I just don't remember watching the premiere of that.
I did.
Yeah?
That was one I remember like where I was. Like,
do you have the premiere date for that one?
Let's see. It might be like 2002 or 3.
That might be why, because my memory doesn't
2003.
My memory doesn't start until 2004 of like
when you gain consciousness.
Yeah, when I gained consciousness. But no, that totally means that I have seen the Cheetah Girls probably a million times.
Yeah, same here. I just remember like eras. Like I just remember watching multiple. I can't remember the first one that I watched. Now, first one that countdown, I don't remember either. Now, for answer, I put down Brink. Like that, because that's also like the first one that came into my mind too. And I was like, okay, what are we gonna like? Where are we gonna start rewatching them? Right away, Brink.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorites. I don't know. Somewhere in the top 3 is like Cheetah Girls, High School Musical, and Brink. Brink is the cool answer. Because they're racing, they're rollerblading. Like I bought rollerblades because of it, and I used them like once, and that was it. I just like was stomping with them. Nobody taught me.
Yeah,
I was like 4 or 5, probably 5. 4 sounds too young.
Dude, really? You were 4 years old with some rollerblades?
Probably, yeah. Wow. Like I remember the apartment we used to live in. Aww. Yeah, I was like preschool, kindergarten right there. So yeah, 4 or 5.
Dang. I'm gonna be honest. I thought I watched Brink, but when we had rewatched it, I did not remember.
Brink is so cool.
Any of it, but it's really good.
And that's the thing with this early era, like the 13th year Brink, is that a lot of them are bad actors, but that's kind of like part of the charm. I think because it's an older movie, I just let it slide. Mm-hmm. But
it's a TV movie. Like we can't can't be that nitpicky on
now
it.
It is, but I do want to compliment them because they actually do have pretty good stories. Mm-hmm. That's what I was shocked with the most in this rewatch was, oh shit, like these stories actually have lessons that aren't just kiddie. Like a lot of the times the protagonist is in the wrong and they have to make it right.
Yeah.
And sometimes, or most of the time, it's the parents that have to, teach them something, guide them in the right direction. And a lot of those speeches are pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm, totally.
Yeah. So I was actually impressed with all. Like I wasn't ever bored or upset in any of the movies that we watched. The 13th year started off a little slow. And then once it started kicking in, like once he started turning into a mermaid,
once
it
you
was
meet
good.
His friend.
Oh, his friend is awful. His friend, a little nerdy friend with the glasses, is so self-deprecating. He hates himself and like he loves being the butt of the joke.
Yep.
Like he gets off on it. It's weird.
All right, guys. The only people or the only person that's gonna get beat up around here is gonna be me.
Oh my god, he sucked. He was the worst character in all these movies we rewatched. Oh the worst.
God. He's hilarious. Hilarious.
So before we get into like the standout movies where we start talking about more, because I don't know if you made a list of like all the movies you like, but I did
not.
It's all right. I did, and then we'll talk about them as we go. We also have a full list right here as well. Any other notes on the rewatches? Because I already talked about how like the themes, not even the themes, but just the story is a little bit deeper than I thought it was going to be.
Well, I will note that from rewatching the movies, you kind of can tell, like going back to your point, that they did try to make these more family friendly, like movies for everyone at first, for everyone to enjoy. And I could see that, as a parent, like watching and being like, okay, whatever, that's a whatever movie. But I think after the Cheetah Girls and like, pretty much after the Cheetah Girls in that era, like you can kind of tell that they start becoming a little bit more, not quippy, but like
bubbly.
They become a little bit more comedic.
I don't know when it turns, but I did notice that too as we were rewatching like the 97, 98, 99 ones, all that, like the golden era, Xenon and all that shit. It was like these are actual movies. Like sure, they're made for TV and like the budget's lower and the actors aren't that great, but they're actually giving a shit and trying to make a good movie. And that's what I was shocked with. It's like, oh shit, these are actually pretty good.
In Xenon, the whole plot is that she has to save like the ship that her friends and family live on, or else it falls from the sky.
Xenon was a little slow at first too. I was just like, I don't remember the movie being like this. I just remember zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah.
Make your body go boom, boom. But as the story started unraveling and it was like a mystery and she was trying to take them down and everything, I was like, this is really good. I'm invested. When she's all hacking the computer, I'm like watching like biting my nails.
What's her catchphrase, or what's her? Oh my god,
Zetas Lapidus or
Sapita, something.
Sapita?
Like that. No, I don't think that's it.
It's Zetas Lapidus or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But,
I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah, but you can kind of tell. You can see where they start getting more bubblier and funnier. And
I don't think it's after Cheetah Girls, to be honest.
No, hold on.
I think maybe after High School Musical. I think that's like the BC and AD in the Bible. Is it in the Bible?
Yeah.
In the history books?
No. Not just in like the Bible, but in history.
Sure. It's like before High School Musical and after High School Musical. That's where I think the turn is. I think. I might be wrong. And yeah, right after High School Musical, I'm looking at the list here while you look that up. 2007 brought Jump In. So right away, they gave Corbin Bleu a spinoff. And then High School Musical 2 came out 1 year after High School Musical 1. So they just immediately were just like, go.
Yeah.
It's hot, go.
Yeah.
Crazy. How in a year it got that high of a rating. Or they got that much love, like that much attention that the second one immediately got that rating.
Yep.
And then High School Musical 3, I don't see it on here because it's not a Disney Channel original movie.
I wish we could talk about those. I really wish
we could have. If we just wrote a rewatch, I would have watched it because I've never seen that movie, actually.
I've never seen that movie either. I remember.
It's not a DCOM, sorry.
No, and that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, we'll rewatch it at we will watch it at some point. Right. But
full review. Check out A4M review. Check the links in the description.
Yeah. But oh man, I forgot where my point was going to go with that.
I've been drinking. I
loaded up with alcohol. More specifically, vodka.
What?
Whiskey.
What?
Beer.
What?
Tequila.
What?
More beer.
What?
More vodka.
What?
More whiskey.
What?
More beer.
Yeah! Let's go! All right. I forgot your point. You forgot your point. But next question. So I asked you what your first one was. What do you remember? Like, what was the falling off point? What was your last DCOM that you seen?
Do you mind if I actually look that up on the list?
Go ahead. Or here, I could turn this around.
Wow.
And I'll give the answer. Because for me, my last one that for sure that I remember is High School Musical 2.
Oh, okay.
That's the last one I remember, and I think I fell off after that.
I think mine is going to be Cheetah Girls 3. Because
I've never even seen that one. It didn't have Raven, so.
Really?
I actually looked into their beef, too, to figure out what happened.
And? Did you find anything?
Yeah, it seems to be, like, all very petty and behind the scenes and nothing, like, concrete. But looks like the girls had issues. Like, it was almost like Cheetah Girls 1.
Yeah, like a real thing where she was a diva.
Yeah, well, not that she was a diva, but that, or maybe, but the girls had something against her. And again, nothing specifics. I couldn't find anything exactly what happened, but I do know that recently on IG Live, Raven and the girl that plays Aqua, they were together. And I guess they forgave each other for whatever drama happened. And then Raven was just like, oh, yeah, we need to do a reunion. She's like, we need to talk to Adrian next, Adrian Balon.
Yeah.
And then Aqua was just like, no, like, I'm not cool with her. Like, my dad died and she didn't even say anything. Like, and I always held it down for her. Like, no, I'm not. So she has beef with her. So there's more beef after Cheetah Girls 3, too. So it just seems like ego and everything got in the way. And
tragic.
Yeah.
Man.
How cool would that be if we got a Cheetah Girls 4? Well, it wouldn't even be called 4. It'd be called the Cheetah Girls. Like just that. It would just be called the Cheetah Girls.
Yeah. No, because that's what the first one is called. You can't.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like the new Scream movie was just called Scream, and then the next one called Scream 6. But like the requel is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All their daughters are Cheetah Girls now, or the Cheetah Boys. Hey, let's get some Cheetah Boys. The Leopard Boys.
The Lion Boys.
Porcupine Boys. Okay. Let's see what other questions I have. Do you have any questions for me? Anything you thought of?
No, honestly, the questions that I had for you kind of sound like the ones that you're asking me right now.
Okay. Now, before we get into the stand-ups, I do have one more question, and just straight up, what's your favorite? Yep.
My favorite, honestly, I think is gonna have to be High School Musical 2. That one is just
No way do you like it that much.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I just feel like the serotonin, the serotonin I get, the happiness that I felt watching that movie, I felt like I was freaking 9 years old all over again, to be honest. Like, I love High School Musical, don't get me wrong. Like, I remember watching that movie when I still lived in Tucson. I still lived in Tucson when that movie premiered, and I was obsessed.
Tucson, New Mexico, right next to Albuquerque, where High School Musical takes place.
But no, dude, High School Musical 2 is just, I remember just obsession.
I can't believe, I've never heard of anybody liking 2 more than 1. And well, to be fair, I've never had that many High School Musical conversations, but still, I thought everybody would just assume the first one was the best one, and then that was it.
Not me.
That's crazy.
Sorry, not me. I would watch that movie whenever it was on. I would watch it for the sing-alongs, the dance-alongs, the whatever. You name it. I remember having the CD for it, too. I didn't have many CDs. I definitely had a CD for the Cheetah Girls, and I had a CD for High School Musical 2.
Okay, so now we can... Oh, I'm sorry. My favorite.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite?
If I had to pick one... Now, again, Brink is my cool answer. If I want cool points, everybody go watch Brink. That's my favorite, yeah. But if I'm being true to myself after rewatching my top 3, which it would be Brink, High School Musical, and Cheetah Girls.
Your favorite's going to be the Cheetah Girls.
I thought so.
Oh?
I think it's High School Musical.
Really?
Yeah, which is surprising because I thought I liked the Cheetah Girls number. I thought Cheetah Girls was going to be number 1 because I fucks with the Cheetah Girls. I love the Cheetah Girls. They were all my girlfriends at one point.
Oh.
No, aw.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Okay, player.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So, rewatching them, it's just, I just... Maybe if you would have asked me 2 weeks ago before we started this journey, I would have said either Brink or Cheetah Girls. Mm-hmm. High School Musical, after rewatching all 3, is currently my favorite. So I don't know if that's a good enough answer for you. But if you ask me right now today, like you just did, High School Musical is number 1. I think it's the best story out of those 3. The acting's not too bad. It's a little cheesy, but I'm rooting for Gabriella and Troy to get together. When it finally gets to that point at the end when they're singing Breaking Free and they're doing their thing and they unite the school. Mm-hmm. They save the planet.
They bring everyone together
with their love.
They end bullying.
And all the songs, like there's only one song that I thought was okay, and it was the one where Gabriella's singing on her own. But besides that, it's like all these songs are hits.
All of them. They're all so good. And we were just listening to Get Your Head in the Game right now to get us pumped up for this. Yeah. I'm going to start listening to that before work.
Which we always listen to music before we start, like just to get our minds right. Test audio. And yeah, we started with Get Your Head in the Game.
Very good. Yeah. Very great song.
Okay, so that's interesting. That mine's High School Musical 1, yours High School Musical 2. Mm-hmm. And there's so many different Disney Channel original movies.
There's too many.
And you know what? If you got a problem with that, go ahead and comment below what your favorite movie is. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe.
Yell at us and tell us which one should have been mentioned today.
What's the best High School Musical song?
What's the best one?
No, I'm just saying in the comments. But if you have an answer, go for it.
Personally,
oh, here we go.
It's Fabulous.
In High School Musical 2.
In High School Musical 2. I love that song, and I wish I could learn the choreography of that and do it myself, make my own recreation of it. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day when I'm rich.
You could do it now.
Nah.
Just a cheaper version.
Maybe.
Okay, so I have a whole list of standouts, which, like, these are the ones. I went through the whole list, everything from 97 until now.
Nice.
Even though there's, like, nothing for me now. And I put together my list of standouts. Now, you might be, thinking of some other ones. Some other ones may be on your list. I'm going to leave this here if you want to scroll through.
I have it in front of me, too.
Oh, you did make a list. I thought you didn't make a list.
No, I didn't make a list, but I'm looking at the Wikipedia page that you're looking at right here.
Okay, well, this is bigger.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, maybe you can multitask. But first one I have is Under Wraps. Now, we didn't rewatch this one, and this is one of the ones I wish we would have, considering it is the first official DCOM.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember watching this movie, and I don't remember much about it, like the story. I don't even know who the main character is. I just remember the mummy. Mm-hmm. Did you ever see this movie?
I did not.
It's like this group of kids that find a mummy, and now they have to find. I think they're trying to return him home.
Oh, this actually sounds familiar. Yeah.
And at some point, it's like a Halloween party, and then he sees a girl
think I
dressed.
Actually have seen this.
You for sure have seen it, or at least commercials, like when they're promoting other DCOMs or Halloween. For sure, you've seen something of it.
Yeah,
but I don't remember the movie that well. That's why I wish we would have rewatched it. But
maybe for Halloween.
Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna keep watching the DCOMs. By the way, now that this episode we're recording it, I wonder if we're actually gonna continue it.
I think we probably will, because I kind of do want to.
I kind of want to watch High School Musical 3.
Dude, yeah. Well, I mean, it's not a DCOM.
I know, but now that we're not doing it. Now that we have no obligation, we would do whatever the hell we want.
Oh my God. It was never a DCOM in the first place. I don't think it matters.
Dang. Next up is Brink, but we already talked about Brink. Brink is just really cool.
Yeah.
And Brink, in one movie, we get the cool guy who sees that his parents are struggling with money. He takes it on himself to join the bad guys to make money. But then he admits later, I kind of wanted to be famous and be with the cool guys and be on the magazines and have the money.
They make it sound like it's bad to sell out. Man, this guy just wanted his bag.
He just wanted his bag, yeah. But he did betray his friends. He was supposed to be in the competition with them. He did mess up pretty bad.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the bad guy, I forgot his name, the antagonist, but shit, I should retroactively put him back on my top villains list. Check out episode 2, Best Villains, on youtube.com/act4media. Check all the links. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Anyway, best villain.
No, I'm just playing. But he was actually a pretty good villain. He injures. Is her name Gabriella too?
Oh yeah, I think so.
He injures the only girl that's on the good guys team.
Yeah,
on Pup and Suds. Is she Peruvian?
Mm-hmm.
Injures her. He's actually a bad guy. And he talks shit and manipulates Brink. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The worst part about it is the acting, but it's not that bad when you're watching a DCOM.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on Brink? Because this is your first time watching in a long time, or maybe fully?
No, this was my first time. I guess I forgot to mention that earlier, but yeah.
No, you did.
This was my
You said you didn't remember if...
Yeah, if I had seen it, but no, I think this one was my first time ever watching the movie. I know I was familiar with it, but... I thought it had a good story. I love that it takes place in California. I don't know. I'm just a sucker for California movies. And
it was just it was a really good throwback.
Yeah. It's a 90s movie. It takes place in Venice, Santa Monica. Just a bunch of kids skating.
Just guys being dudes.
Looking cool, living in California. I thought it was a good movie.
Okay.
It just reminds you to keep doing what you love. Doing it.
Skate
better. Do it because you love it.
Soul skaters, dude.
Soul skaters.
Up next, on my little list here, I have Halloween Town. Now, Halloween Town, I was just watching right now as you were getting ready.
Yeah.
So we can do this. Another one I wish we would have had more time to rewatch, because the Halloween Town series, at least 1 and 2, I remember really liking.
Me too.
Me too. Overall, just another comment on DCOMs. They weren't afraid to get a little spooky with their movies. Like Don't Look Under the Bed and
Phantom of the Megaplex.
that one I've never seen.
That one I've never seen, but I remember I tried to watch it and I think I got scared of it.
Really?
Yeah, and I just couldn't watch it.
Can of Worms was really weird too. That had, like a bunch of weird aliens and shit. But yeah, Halloween Town's pretty good.
Iconic as well. Hello, we have Debbie Reynolds. Debbie Reynolds, rest in peace, my queen.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. with Carrie Fisher up there. Yeah, Debbie Reynolds is just, I feel like she has always been iconic and she solidified herself even more with these movies. You know,
That's
with
all
our
I know her
generation.
from. I don't know her from anything else but this, so.
Well, people know her from, older generations know her
Right.
from Singing in the Rain and
But that's what I'm saying. Like she even
Yeah.
touched our generation with these movies.
Exactly. It's just solidifying her legacy.
Just like all the creepiness of it, but how fun it is and all the spells and everything.
Because Halloween is cool.
Yeah, they would always use that clip on the commercials every October. Halloween is cool. I was watching it while you're getting ready, and yeah, that line came up, and the first thing I thought of was that. Up next, I have Xenon, which we already touched on a little bit.
Uh-huh.
A lot deeper than, maybe not a lot deeper, but deeper than I remember it being in terms of the story and themes and just what it was about. I just what I really remember is, again, the song, the zoom, zoom, zoom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember shit about the second one. And then the third one, I remember them making a big deal. They were coming back. She's older and they're racing or something. Like racing bad CGI cars.
Yeah, I don't remember it either. The only thing I remember about the last one is that they did this whole like Easter egg thing. Like, can you tell how many these are in the movie?
I remember that.
Yeah, that's so stupid. Like, why?
They're good at marketing.
I guess that's true.
It made you want to watch it.
That is so true. 100%.
Up next is the 13th year, which we talked about too. And the biggest thing, we already talked about it. The biggest note, first thing that comes to mind is that stupid kid, the nerdy friend, and how awful he was.
I thought he was hilarious, and he kind of reminded me of myself.
No, you are not self-deprecating at all. At least not to that limit. He was bad.
When I was in school, I was pretty self-deprecating.
Say the line again. What did he say?
All right, guys. The only guy who's gonna get pummeled on or beat up is gonna be me.
He sucked. You were not that lame.
Oh my gosh.
Smart House is next. Smart House was not as good as I remember it being.
It was really weird.
Because the main character is weird. He's a big cockblock to his dad.
He's weird because it's like he's a huge cockblock to his dad. He kind of wants to fuck his dad, maybe?
Whoa!
Oh, sorry. Probably shouldn't say that.
Whoa! And on top of that, he's a bad brother.
He's a terrible guy.
But...
No, wait, before you state that, because I do want to go further on this, him being a terrible person.
On him fucking his dad?
No. I had to rewatch, or I had to find a specific line in this movie that stuck out to me, and I know you know which one I'm talking about.
We're talking to his sister?
Where he talks to his sister, and she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you upset. And he's like, you just have to start thinking before you open your mouth.
Yeah. He's like, you're so ignorant.
So ignorant.
He's a piece of shit. But then they kind of redeem him like a little bit after that, where it's like, oh no, he lost his mom and he's doing so much to keep his family together to prove that they don't need another mom. Mm-hmm. And that did work. I was like, okay, I get it. Like, you're a little kid. Well, I mean, he's like 16, 15 maybe. But still, that's little. You're a little kid and you're trying to keep this family together. Like, you put this on yourself. And that's what I'm saying. Like, these movies are a little bit deeper than I thought. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think they would write a character like that, but I don't know. We didn't watch any really like new ones. But they did redeem him a little bit. Now, we didn't finish that movie.
We didn't?
We didn't.
We fell asleep.
We fell asleep.
I did watch a recap movie of that, or recap video of that. And pretty much, he tells the house, like, oh, you're never going to be a real mom. You can't ever protect us.
I know the line. He's like, you can't be our mother, Pat. You're not real.
Yeah.
And then she says, so? That was on one of the commercials, too.
And then what happens? She tries to touch him, and then she can't, and then that's when
Did we finish it? Because I remember that scene now.
I thought we did. I don't know. But she tries to touch him.
She made a tornado or something.
She made a tornado, and then she's like, I'm never gonna be real, and then she just like stops.
It's like, again, because I remember making this comment too. Like normally when there's an AI movie, it's about what does it mean to be human? What does it mean to be real?
Mm-hmm.
And then this movie just shit on it. It's like, no, you're fake. You're a computer. You're an AI. You're not real. Like that's the point of the story.
Mm-hmm.
It's messed up. Up next, Up and Away. We didn't even talk about this movie. We didn't see this movie, but do you know what this movie is?
I don't.
It's a
Not at
movie
all.
about a boy who is from a family of superheroes. And everybody's a superhero. Everybody has their own power, but he doesn't have a power yet. And he's supposed to by now. Like he's a late bloomer. And I think he doesn't ever get his power. But his family gets captured. And if I remember correctly, again, we didn't rewatch it. It's like their weakness is foil. If I remember, like they're locked in a cell made of foil.
No.
And it makes him weak. Whatever. Point is, he has to save them without powers and prove that he's worth something, even though he doesn't have powers.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember really liking that movie. And that's it. That's all I got to say about it. We didn't rewatch it. I'm not going to talk about how iconic it is because,
Yeah.
again,
I don't know it. But I'm not the definition of what's iconic.
You're not in the
I'm
zeitgeist.
not in the zeitgeist of defining what's iconic.
Up next, we didn't rewatch this one either, but The Luck of the Irish.
Dude, there's too many that we didn't rewatch. We probably barely scratched like.
Oh yeah, and my list is only like 12 movies,
Okay.
and there's like 50, maybe
Yeah.
more.
So Luck of the Irish.
It's a basketball movie.
I barely remember this one.
Now I don't remember that well. I kind of want to rewatch this one too, but I know like there's like an evil leprechaun that he has to
Yeah.
face off in a basketball game at the end of the game or at the end of the movie, and like his grandpa is like shrinking and getting small and turning into like a tiny leprechaun, and he needs to save him. I don't remember it that well. Again, I don't remember the stories, the ideas, the themes, the characters, nothing except for what I said right now. But I remember really liking it growing. Like every time it was on, I would watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never rewatched it as an adult. I don't know much about it, and you've never seen it.
I think I have seen it. It was probably just like another 13th year situation where it was just on and I saw it.
I know that he needs to solve this issue, otherwise he's gonna turn into a little leprechaun. Like his ears start
Yeah.
getting pointy and he starts
Yeah.
getting red hair.
Yep.
And after that, I have now. This one is the one that I rewatched without you. Is the Even Stevens movie
Oh, I remember.
because this one was a big deal.
This one was a huge deal.
And if I remember correctly, let me look. I actually have it right here. I think this was the first movie where it was a show, a Disney
Yeah.
Channel show that got a movie. And let me see if I can get ratings right here. 2003, it did 5.1 million, which at the time was pretty significant. I mean, Luck of the Irish had like 5.2. A lot of them didn't even get rated. Like I don't even think they even got 1 million. So at the time, it was one of the biggest DCOM movies, like top 3.
Yeah.
Somebody has 7.8. Oh, Cadet Kelly. Cadet Kelly was huge. It was the biggest DCOM movie for a while.
Yeah, I remember it being huge for a while.
That's crazy.
I remember it always being on.
But yeah, I rewatched it, and Shia LaBeouf as Lewis is hilarious. And I remember that movie being pretty cool.
Yeah.
I rewatched it. I was surprised how many lines I remembered and just
Really?
And yeah, and I remember that full movie. Now that's not a movie that's deep or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that complex.
Don't they just go on vacation?
They go on vacation, but it's a fake vacation. It's actually a reality show, and they're tricking the family to betray each other to create drama.
I remember.
Yeah. And I was rewatching it. I'm surprised at how much I remember.
Oh my god.
I didn't think it was gonna be because I don't think we've talked about Even Stevens like that, so I didn't think you would be into it. So I watched it without you.
I was kind of heartbroken when you said that. I'm not gonna lie.
You can watch it when I'm at work or something.
When you're at work.
I don't know.
When you're at work, I'm at work.
Yeah.
When I'm at work, you're not.
When you call off and I'm working, Even Stevens movie.
Sure.
Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. Do you remember this one?
I do remember that one, and I remember this one had purple sauce. They had some sort of special sauce in this one.
I think that happens at one point.
That's all I remember from the movie, is that they had like a special sauce.
Now, the confusing thing to me at the time was this has Eddie from That's So Raven.
And
So
Corey, too, no?
no.
Oh.
So it has Eddie from That's So Raven, so it's called Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
Oh, yeah!
So that confused me for a little bit. But I just remember really liking that movie and watching it a couple times. It was almost like the High School Musical thing where he's on the baseball team and he really wants to cook. And, you know, he's afraid of what his friends might think. And then it's actually just like High School Musical. Wait a second.
Music.
This came out before High School Musical. High School Musical totally ripped it off.
Dang.
Never mind. Cheetah Girls #1. But yeah, I just remember really liking it. And at the end... and his dad's the coach too. What the hell? Whoa!
Kenny Ortega. We got some questions.
Kenny Omega. The Cheetah Girls I have up next. Cheetah Girls is awesome.
Oh, all the way.
All the songs are awesome. Raven kills it as being like stuck up and betraying her friends. But again, a lot of these movies are about the main character messing up, learning their lesson, and then fixing it.
Yeah, the hero's journey.
Hero's journey. Any thoughts on Cheetah Girls? That we haven't talked about?
That we haven't talked about. I mean, what else is there to say?
Toto, am I right?
Toto. What a crazy ass plot this movie had.
Yeah, like the movie. I don't
the
even,
cringiest plot ever.
It's not that cringe. It's just the end that's really cringe.
Yeah, the ending that's really
because
cringe.
Toto, for no reason. Well, first of all, Toto is Raven's dog, and it's like the smartest dog ever.
Yeah, he knows how to dance.
He knows how to do
loves
everything
music.
but talk.
Yeah.
And then for some reason,
No, he doesn't know how to stay on his leash.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like up until that point, he's really good, and then all of a sudden, he just runs away from Raven out of nowhere. Like he understands the conversation. Like he sees that the girls are doing the like they signed with the label without her, and then Toto gets mad and just runs away. Like he's so smart. He runs and then falls into a hole. A hole in the sidewalk,
manhole, and I don't know. He just falls into something and he can't get out.
And then that brings all the Cheetah Girls together, and then they sing to bring him out of the hole. And they're all wearing they're conveniently all wearing their outfits that they're supposed to wear to the talent show. And then they all walk away, so they're still not friends. And then Raven starts singing with the guy that plays the guitar, and then they all get together. They finally sing, and we are sisters. We stand together. We make up one big family, but we don't look the same.
Our
See?
spots are different. Different color.
Cheetah Girls is badass.
I don't want to be no Cinderella. I love that
That's
song.
what I'm saying. It's like they really set the tone going forward for Disney Channel movies. Now, I don't remember Cheetah Girls 2 that well, and I never seen 3. Like, I didn't even have Raven. So I'm not the biggest like Cheetah Girls fan, but Cheetah Girls, the movie, the first one, really good. I rewatched it tons of time. I wasn't a closeted Cheetah Girls fan. I love the Cheetah Girls.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now, I didn't like promote it to everybody, but I don't think we talked about Disney Channel movies when I was a kid. Like, that wasn't a talk on the playground. Like, oh, did you guys watch Stuck in the Suburbs? Like, that wasn't a thing. We were talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon and Dragon Ball, all that shit. That's going to be the cold open, by the way.
What is?
Us singing this.
Oh.
Up next, Now You See It, which I was surprised. Those ratings bombed. Nobody saw that shit. You know what movie that is?
Yeah, that's the one with Phil of the Future. Well, both of the stars of that show, no?
It's not Phil.
Oh, it's the girl from Phil of the Future.
Yeah, what's her name?
Allison Mashaka?
What?
Something like that.
Mashaka?
Something like that.
I know she's from like Ellie and AJ. Well, she was Ellie, right?
Allie, yeah, and her sister was AJ.
Mashaka?
Mashaka, something like that. Allie
You made that up.
AJ.
Nah.
Yes, Michalka.
For real?
Yes, something. It was something Michalka.
Her name is Allison Renee Michalka. I guess I just knew her as Ellie.
Yeah, Allie Michalka. Allie and AJ.
Ellie with an A. But yeah, it has her. She's trying to find somebody that's really good at magic for like a tournament. Like they're supposed to find talent and like whatever. Turns out this guy actually has magic. And turns out she takes him to this tournament, and this guy is like a bad sorcerer, and he makes you kill yourself by putting like a ton weight over your head, and then it squishes you. Dang. And I forgot why. There's a whole mystery there, but I just remember that movie being really cool about like him actually having magic. Mm-hmm. But again, I don't remember themes, characters, plot, besides what I just said.
Yeah, I will agree with you on that.
Just now, Are there any movies over there that I haven't talked about? Because now I'm going to go into like 3 more, and then I'm done.
Well, so what year was...
Now You See It?
Now You See It. What
I don't
year
know.
are you on?
If I don't have the years here, but if I had to guess, maybe like 2005?
Okay.
Yeah, I nailed it. 2005, Now You See It, January 14th. And ratings, not available on Wikipedia. So I'm guessing that means it didn't even make 1 million.
Dang.
Crazy, because to me that movie was so iconic. And it had if I remember correctly, it had what's his name from Star Wars? From Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, the bad guy. Oh, what's his Star Wars name? I'm not gonna get the actor's name right. Count Dooku.
Oh.
Dooku.
Oh.
Yeah, I see you don't remember. It's okay.
Remember.
I'm
assuming he plays the
main bad guy.
Oh.
You see his face? Do you see it?
I do. I see it now as both. I see him in both. Count Dooku, I do remember.
Oh yeah.
As the villain. And...
You know Count Dooku has like a curved lightsaber? Yeah.
Is that a penis joke?
It's not, but normally penis jokes come from that. But no, for real, like he's like the only one that I can think of that has like a curved lightsaber.
Is it like you can definitely see the curve, or is it just like a slight?
No, it's curved, like just the handle.
Oh,
it's not the
like
lightsaber.
A sword. Okay,
I guess so. Yeah,
like how a sword sometimes has that little curved thing. Oh, okay,
but it's not the lightsaber; it's just the handle.
Well, yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
the sword handle sometimes has a little curve.
Okay. I see you.
But anyways, in regards to my standout movies, for sure, Cheetah Girls was one of them.
Well, any that I haven't mentioned.
Any that you haven't mentioned, Gotta Kick It Up.
Oh, okay.
Was a cheerleading movie.
America Ferrera, right?
Hi, I'm America Ferrera from Gotta Kick It Up, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Oh, that's another thing we got to talk about. That's more of a Disney Channel thing than a DCOM thing, but I like that video that has like them, like if they trace what they're actually doing, it's all stupid. It's like a bunch of crooked lines. America Ferrera. I think she's also in the Traveling Pants movie.
Yeah.
I've never seen that one either.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I've never seen that one, but I heard it's good. Some that you haven't mentioned yet. Pixel Perfect.
Oh yeah, with
that one's with Phil of the Future.
It is, right?
Yeah.
What's his name? You know it?
It
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
He didn't do shit after. Remember Phil of the Future? He didn't have like a pinky toe.
Yeah, they only had 4 toes.
That was the cool thing about them being in the future. That was like the identifiers. Oh, we got 4 toes.
22nd century, man. But that was it.
But yeah, Pixel Perfect. Now, I did see that movie. I've probably seen it a couple times, but it wasn't one of mine. And doesn't it get weird? Like, doesn't he has this totally like hot girl that likes him. And then he's like really into this AI girl that he created that does a weird choreography.
Yeah, that she can dance. She's like a perfect pop star.
For anybody who doesn't know, he creates like the perfect pop star with AI, and she looks real. And then like starts falling in love with her, or there's at least a moment there, like where they try to kiss or something. And like she likes rain, even though she can't touch it.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you remember it more than I do. I just remember like the AI pop star.
The general like plot of it.
Yeah. I have a whole
Go
list
for it,
over here.
because I have 3 more.
Okay. The Proud Family movie. Going back to our
I
shows
thought about
with
mentioning
movies.
that one. The only thing I remember from that movie though is when they're dancing like with little peanuts.
Peanut head.
Yeah, that's the only thing I remember from it. I remember really liking the Proud Family just in general,
Yeah.
but even that I don't remember. And they brought it back.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
We just haven't kept up with it.
There's too much.
There's too much to keep up with, and honestly, not every single reboot is going to be really good. Like, I tried getting into the Fuller House reboot. I know that's a different franchise, different channel, but it was okay.
Raven's Home. We watched like the first episode of Raven's Home.
We watched a episode.
And then she dabbed, and I was like, all right, I'm out.
I don't remember watching
I remember that. Yeah, we saw that.
We did?
We saw 1 episode of it.
That was in the
first
episode
one
we saw?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways. Kim Possible movie. Sorry,
That's my next one.
I keep going back to the shows, but I think the show movies were really good.
Are your movies in order?
No, I'm just going based off of the year.
Okay, well, I have the Kim Possible movie too. So the drama.
Not
Not to get confused with the live action one they just made like 2-3 years ago.
No. No.
It's not even worth it.
Stick to the original here.
Damn.
No. We can talk, or I mean, you can like the remake.
Yeah.
I like remakes, but here we're talking about the OG.
Absolutely. Okay? So I remember that movie being so iconic because like she was getting a new suit. Her and Ron were finally like getting together.
We're finally gonna have a moment.
I don't remember the plot besides that. Like I feel like this whole movie was about them finally getting together.
I thought this one was like a time travel movie. No, because I remember.
I don't know.
I slightly remember them going back to them in preschool. Like
what?
Yeah, like we see Kim and Ron in preschool.
We're watching that shit tonight.
Yeah, I remember really liking the movie, and there was like a whole bunch of like, oh my god. Like,
and again, if I remember correctly, the season after this movie dropped, she was still wearing the white suit. Like she still had it in the show, if I remember correctly. Do you remember like Shigo had a bunch of like sisters, like brother and sisters and shit that were like different colors too?
No. Oh my
God. We gotta rewatch Kim Possible.
Good show. Oh man.
Also with what Christy Carlson Romano?
Mm-hmm. Also voiced by her.
And she sang the song too, right?
Yeah, she did.
She was I saw a post recently about like the girls that were like running Disney and like she was listed on there. She was one of the girls that was like running Disney for a little bit.
No, it was like her and Hilary Duff. They were pretty much
Raven.
I want to say she was probably after them, but Hilary Duff and Christy Carlson, they definitely were the first to like, you know, have the TV show and then like get the singing career. Yeah. Like they walked so all these other girls could run, you know. They started.
I wonder if anybody else was before them. But maybe not.
No.
Because yeah, look how big Hilary Duff was that I guess and Christy Carlson Romano is that Cadet Kelly. It was the biggest DCOM for a couple years.
And they were the two girls from their two biggest shows, the Lizzie McGuire show. Or what was it called? Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah.
And even Stevens.
It's so messed up that I don't know what happened, what politics happened, but that the Lizzie McGuire reboot, or not even reboot, but just continuation on Disney Plus. Remember that was supposed to happen? When they announced Disney Plus, the Lizzie McGuire show was supposed to happen and they canceled it. Yeah. Because like they wanted to take, or she wanted to take it in a more of like an adult direction. And then I guess I don't know what they wanted. Maybe more kid friendly.
Probably. She probably wanted to do like an iCarly route where it's more mature. Like
we didn't even watch that one either, but
I heard it's good. I heard it was like okay, but that's probably what she wanted, and they just didn't want that. They probably wanted to do like a Raven's Howl.
And do you have anything else?
Oh yes,
Lord.
Twitches.
That was my next one too.
Really?
Are you sure you're not going in order?
I'm not. I don't have a list. I didn't make it. I'm just going in order from how I see it on here.
But is that in order by year?
By year, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I have Twitches on here too. Now, I didn't watch the second one, but the first one was a big deal. Tia and Tamara, they were great. They were also my girlfriends, both of them.
My twin's big like Tia Tamara.
Hey, Tia Tamara.
Yep.
Who sings that song? Doja?
Doja Cat and Rico Nasty.
Oh.
Good song.
But anyway, yeah, Tia Tamara
Dude,
was what's their sister? Was that a Disney Channel show or was that an ABC show?
I think it was an ABC show,
which was owned by Disney. So
yeah, so same family. I did see the second one. I will say the second one is not as good as the first one.
No, the first one I remember like they have to get together and defeat whatever, and one of the sisters, I think Tia is the one that's like the one that's really for it, and then Tamara's like trying to live her perfect life. Like they were separated at birth or something.
I thought they like reconnected at some point. Like they learned in this movie that they were twins and witches.
Twin witches.
Twitches. But yeah, I remember really liking that movie, and I guess that's it about that.
That's the thing is like I think unless we rewatch them, we won't remember exactly like the plot and the details and how good the characters are and all that shit.
How good they were or weren't.
Next on my list is High School Musical, which we already talked enough about.
Yeah.
So unless you have anything else to talk about, we can start wrapping up. I think I have something else. I'm getting a lot of notifications. All that love on Instagram, baby. Follow us at Act 4 Media.
I'm trying to see. Did you know that? I guess there was a spinoff for High School Musical.
The Sharpay movie?
Yeah.
So it turns out that's not
not a DCOM? Oh.
It eventually premiered as a DCOM, but originally released, I think it was straight to DVD or something like that.
I see.
Oh, Here's one more we could talk about.
Huh.
Teen Beach.
Oh,
now, we did want to make it a point to watch a newer movie that we've never seen. Now, I think we thought we'd watch something in like 2020 or later.
I did want to watch the Spin movie. That was like one of their newest releases. It was about like a girl wanting to be a DJ, but we just didn't get into it.
We didn't get there, and I wish we would have. That way we'd have more to say about like the movies that are coming out now.
Yeah.
But we did watch a movie we'd never seen before because I was out again. If High School Musical 2 was the last one that I'd seen, that's 2006, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just double check. I'm in 2006 right now. High School Musical 2 came out 2007. So I was in 7th grade, 8th grade, and that's when I was just like, I'm out. I'm cool. I can't watch Disney Channel. I can't play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. I like women.
Damn.
I like 8th grade women. Oh, God. Well, don't clip that out of context.
Okay.
But when did you drop out? What was the last one you remember?
Cheetah Girls 3.
Cheetah Girls 3, which is 2008, 1 year later.
Yeah.
And then you were all like, I like 8th grade boys.
2008, I was in 5th grade.
Jesus
4th grade.
Christ.
I was not in 8th grade. I wasn't in 8th grade till like 2011.
Well, if in 8th grade I'm in... Oh, I'm sorry. 2008, I'm in 8th grade. You were in 5th?
Yeah. But I started late. I didn't graduate till 16.
And I started early. I graduated at 17.
Yeah.
You graduated at what age?
No, I graduated at 18.
Oh.
I graduated 2016. That's what I was trying to
I was
say.
going to say, did you say you graduated
No,
at 16?
I didn't.
You're a star. You're a prodigy.
No.
So, yeah, we saw Teen Beach. Now, I expected to fully hate it based off, like, the thumb or just the poster and everything. Like, it looked very bubbly, like we were talking about, like Disney turned bubbly. But this movie was actually pretty good. I was shocked because I was waiting to hate one of these movies, and I didn't hate any of them. And then I thought, all right, maybe the newer ones. But this movie, it is a musical. It's total bullshit. It's about a boyfriend and girlfriend. One of them's going to leave and move out to, like, do some, like, to focus on her career that she doesn't want, that she feels like she has to.
She wants to help fulfill her mom's dream that she had for her.
Right, and like her aunt watches her.
Dead mom, by the way.
Dead mom. And boyfriend's just like, whoa, dude, because he's a surfer. It's all about a beach. And he's like, whoa, like, you're leaving me. Like, your life is perfect here. What are you doing? And then she wants to surf one big wave before she leaves. For some reason, again, it's all bullshit. There's like a magic surfboard that she's using, and then the boyfriend goes out like on a speedboat or a jet ski to go save her
because she falls off.
She falls off trying to ride this big wave in this big storm, and they both transport into a movie that they had mentioned earlier
that he was obsessed with.
He was obsessed with. So they transport into a movie, and it's a musical. So as soon as they get on the beach, back on the beach from the water, they're in the movie now that takes place on a beach, and it's a musical. And right away they're just like, "Oh shit, we're in the movie!" Like immediately. And I was like, "Oh, this movie's gonna suck. It's all bullshit. Nothing matters." But this movie knows that it's bullshit and nothing matters, and it plays into that. It's self-referential, and it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked it. I appreciated it for what it was, and that it knew what it was, and the songs and
that's the
dancing.
Thing is based off the poster, it looked like it was going to be a lame, like, oh my god, they're trying to cash in on the music stuff, but it was actually pretty good because it knew it was making fun of musicals but also being a musical, and one of the characters hated musicals, and then the other guy really loved them. So they played with that, and then like the villains of the movie are totally Saturday morning cartoon characters, but they know that, and they're playing into it. And it's ultimately about just doing what you want to do. Like, forget what you think you have to do what you want to do. And I guess the guy doesn't really learn a lesson. He's kind of just like going with the flow.
Well, to be honest, like, I want to say that I feel like they made this to kind of like do a better version of Grease, because the end of Grease, terrible lessons. Can I just say,
it was in like the 60s or 70s.
Of course, yes, of course. It's a product of its time. I love Grease. I love it till the day I die.
But what are you going to say about Sandy?
I will say is that it gives terrible messages. It tells women to change yourself, to conform yourself to the man, and like make yourself like, oh, I want to be a bad girl. I can't be innocent because I want the bad boy to like me.
But it was all just a front to make him change. Like, she made the guy change.
Sandy?
Yeah.
I guess, but in the end, she comes back.
You gotta shape up.
Barely. She changes more than he does. She's the one that's like
She
a
just
smoker
changes
at the end.
Her outfit.
She's a smoker at the end of the movie.
But isn't there? I could be wrong. Isn't there like a bit where like she's like smoking and she's just like she doesn't know how?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the sleepover scene where she's with Rizzo and the girls, and they're trying to like see if she's bad.
I thought it was like that at the end too, but maybe
no. At the end, she's full on bad bitch.
I thought she
energy.
did that to get his attention. Whatever. You're right.
That's how I saw it. Like, this really, Sandy? You're trying to tell me that I should just change myself for a man? But
because
anyways,
her heart is set on him.
Anyways, this movie, the main character is very much calling out all those tropes. Like, why are you trying to do this to impress a guy? Like, why can't you just like this because you want to like it? Or like, why do you have to like this because your brother likes it? Like, just like this because you like it.
It's very inspired by Grease, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But
it's
also like trying to turn it around and be like, no, like actually do your own thing. Like,
for you. And it's also inspired by Back to the Future.
Totally.
It's like Grease, Back to the Future, and High School Musical had a baby, and it made this movie.
Yep.
And it's not as good as that sounds. Like, it's probably like in terms of DCOMs, like if I were to rank them in a vacuum, in the DCOM vacuum, maybe like a 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
In just general, if you're comparing it to like major motion pictures, maybe like a 5. But if you're just binge watching DCOMs and maybe if you just have a kid and you want to throw something on, this is a pretty decent movie.
Mm-hmm.
I actually liked it.
I did too. If you love like the cliche, kind of cringy, like teen movie,
but it knows it's cringy. That's why it gets points. Like, I don't think that's a cop out. It does get points for me for that.
Yeah, I mean, I love cringy movies in general. Like, I love anything cringe, funny
I know
cringe.
What girls like boys like me.
Yep.
And that's why like the songs themselves, they know that this is a dumb musical. We're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
We didn't watch the sequel, so maybe they get worse, but
well, who knows? I kind of like the premise of it. I like the idea of it. They did do a post-credit scene in this one.
Yeah, well, I think there's 3 of them.
Is there really?
I think so.
Oh, dang.
But we didn't watch anything newer than that in 2013, so maybe if there's anybody younger than us, any Gen Z, anybody that wants to comment on any Disney Channel movies that we haven't talked about, again, comment. Let us know what we're missing out on.
Honestly, please. And if you like the newer DCOM movies, please recommend us some.
Let us know which ones, because I'm kind of in.
Yeah, me too. I'm always
I want to see what we've been missing, because
Yeah.
Teen Beach left a good taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I do want to see that spin one. Maybe we'll work our way up to that.
So last thing I want to talk about, because I couldn't find numbers, anything like that, but I do want to talk about the state of DCOM movies now. Because 1997, at the end of the year, October 25th, Under Wraps came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's only one movie that year. Following year, 3 movies came out. And I'll just note like the standouts. So Brink, Halloween Town. So 3 movies in 1998. The following year, 1999, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What?
8, my bad. There's 8 movies, including Xenon, Can of Worms, 13th Year, Smart House, Johnny Tsunami, Genius, Don't Look Under the Bed. Like, I'm just listening to the standout ones, so that's like most of them. That's like 7 out of the 8. 2000, there's Up and Away, Color of Friendship, which we didn't talk about. I've never seen that movie. I think I've seen parts. Quince. Did you want to talk about Quince?
Not really. The only thing I have to say about Quince is that I guess I have nothing to say about Quince.
Moving on. But anyway, 12 movies. So look at that. They jumped from, what was it, 8 did I say?
Yeah.
8 to 12.
Wow.
So these movies were doing well for them because they're just like, keep them coming. Keep them coming. And the following year, 2001, now I'm not going to count them all. I'm just going to eyeball it. It's like 10. 2002, 8. 2003 looks like 7. 2004, 6. 2005, 7. 2006, 7. 2007, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 movies. 4 movies in 2007. So now we're getting less. And that's after, let's see, what came out that year. So 2007, there's Jump In, there's Johnny Capahala, there's High School Musical 2, and there's Twitches 2. 3 of those are sequels. Jump In is an original movie, but it's based, it's getting the High School Musical push. So 4 movies in 2007. Then we get to 2008. Minutemen, Camp Rock, Cheetah Girls 3. Only 3 movies.
Wow.
2009. Only 4 movies. Dad Napped, Hatching Pete, Princess Protection, Wizards of Waverly Place. Only 4. 2010. Only 4. With like the biggest one being Camp Rock 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in 2011. So they start going up again. 2012, there's 4. Now look at this. 2013 Teen Beach Movie, just 1 that year.
No.
So some budgets must have been cut. 2014, only 3. 2015, only 4. 2016, 2. 2017, 2. 2018, 2. 2019, 2. 2020, 2. 2021, 3. 2022, 2, and 2023, 1. So at first we saw it grow, and then we saw it shrink after High School Musical. That's why I'm saying, like, there's like before High School Musical and then after.
You know what I want to think it is? I think it's the death of cable. Because
Okay, yeah, I didn't think about that, but I was thinking about that when it came to ratings. But yeah, I didn't think about how that affects the DCOMs.
Because Netflix, when did Netflix start coming out? Like, streaming services came out
Well,
like
it
in the
came out-
2010s.
Well, even before that, I think, like, because you were able to rent like the DVDs from Netflix. But in terms of like how, like, when it started getting big, maybe like 20.
Well,
what?
I'm just talking about
11?
in terms of like the death
Streaming.
of cable, streaming, Netflix. Like, I think it was early 2010s when that's
Yeah,
when I
for
stopped
sure.
using cable. Like, we stopped paying for cable in 2012. I haven't looked back.
So when
since.
we started seeing like the big shrink, like, was probably Teen Beach Movie when only 1 movie came out that year, which was 2013. So yeah, and then after that it was just like 3, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1.
How many came out before Teen Beach Movie? Like what?
4
4
in
Okay.
2012, and then before that was 6, and then 5, and then 4. So it was kind of like fluctuating already. But you're right, in the late 2000s,
Early
early
2000s.
2010s.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Is like, not only that, but then the ratings. You want to see the ratings? Now, this is definitely affected by streaming and like who even pays for cable anymore, or who watches cable. But Descendants 3. I think that was like their last big franchise. Descendants 1. Let's go back there. 2015. 6.6 million.
Billion or million?
Million.
Okay.
Oh no, not billion. Yeah, right. There's only like 8 billion people on the planet. Descendants, 6.6 billion. Aliens are watching. And then after that, I'm not going to say the movies. There's not that many. But Descendants 1, 6.6 million on the ratings. Then it was 4, then 3.4, then 2.6, 2.9, 5.3, which is Descendants 2. But even that, drop off. 2.6 million, 1.6, 1.2, 4.6. Again, another jump, Descendants 3.
Damn.
So that was the last big franchise they had. But again, another drop. Zombies 2, whatever that is, 2.5 million, and then 1.3, and then big drop off in 2020, which is weird because that was when COVID hit, right? You would think you'd think the ratings would at least get a boost. So 20.
Isn't that when Disney Plus was released in 2020? Or was it not the year after?
But even then, okay, maybe these ratings don't account for Disney Plus. I don't know.
Well,
This is
what
Wikipedia.
what I'm saying is, like, fuck the ratings if Disney Plus is out. Who cares at this point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if they were included in here, it would definitely help. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if these are counted for Disney Plus viewer. I don't know.
No, I'm assuming it's TV ratings.
You might be right, but anyway, 2020, Zombies 2 made 2.5 million, and then the other movie in 2020 was Upside Down Magic at 1.3. After that, after that, 0.5 million, 0.4, 0.5, 0.3, 0.3, 0.2. They're getting worse and worse in terms of ratings, but that is clearly affected by
the death of cable.
the death of cable.
Disney Plus.
But where do they
streaming
go from
site.
here? Because the only movie on 2023 that I have on here is Prom Pact, and it already came out in March.
As far as DCOM movies go,
But there's a second called The Slumber Party coming out in July, and then there's 3 more. There's 3 more, and one of them is called The Naughty Nine. Oh, this is what
No.
DCOMs need. We need to get naughty. It's probably like 9 babies or something, the naughty 9.
99. Oh my god. It's a freaking babysitting movie.
Yeah, it's Quince again.
Yeah. Yes.
Quince reboot.
Oh.
The requel.
Finally.
But yeah, that's all the fun facts I have for you. That's all the tidbits.
That's really interesting to know. I mean, it's not surprising that those ratings and all of that is dropping off. That kind of did break my heart because it's like, damn, I am getting old.
We are, yeah.
DCOMs are
Now,
dying.
I was about to say, I don't think they're dying because they have a place on Disney Plus, but those wouldn't be DCOMs then.
It's not a Disney Channel original
That's what I'm
movie.
saying, yeah.
It doesn't have commercial breaks. It doesn't have the marketing.
It doesn't
to
have
it.
commercial breaks. They can make some artificial commercial breaks.
Nah. There's
It's
nothing,
not the same,
It's
yeah.
not. There's nothing like the now back to High School Musical 2.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yep. Yeah, it's not a Disney Channel original movie. It's a Disney Plus movie, sure, but
And I guess I did have another tidbit actually, or at least a thought, is that a lot of the movies that are coming out now are either sequels, reboots, or like live action remakes, which is what you could say about Disney in general. But like 2019, Kim Possible live action, Descendants 3, 2020, Zombies 2, 2021, Under Wraps reboot, 2022, Under Wraps Part 2, and Zombies 3. So it looks like they're kind of like losing their creativity too. But man, what a run it was early on.
I know.
Let me go back
I know.
really
What
quick.
a salute. Salute, thank you for my childhood.
Go down with the ship like
Honestly.
Titanic. Very timely.
Yeah, man. Y'all.
Let's just appreciate this run. We'll say our last words and then we'll get out of here. 1997, Under Wraps. That was the first one. And then followed by Brink, Halloween Town, Xenon, Can of Worms, The 13th Year, Smart House, Johnny Tsunami, Up and Away. I mean, that's like a personal one. The Color of Friendship. There's other ones that I probably should note, like Miracle in Lane 2. I think that had Frankie Muniz.
I just wanted to do a little quick shout out for Color of Friendship because I never saw that movie. But on my Tumblr days, I remember seeing a huge post about that movie once, and they were like, that shit was crazy. Where I remember, or from what I heard, it was about a girl, a foreign exchange student who was, living in America. I think she was a person of color living with a white family. And
okay.
she's living in America and she's experiencing racism like firsthand. Like, it's kind of sad.
From the family.
Not from the family. I don't think it's from the
No.
family, to be honest.
Yeah. And that might be ahead of its time because that came out in 1998.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but this movie, like, legit, like, I think they use the N-word in...
No way.
I think. I could be wrong.
There's no
Don't take my
way.
word for it. Don't take my word for it. But they do, like, they involve racial slurs in this movie where they talk about it. Like, I remember seeing that in that post from Tumblr about the movie where they legit talk about racial slurs and how to kind of deal with it. And yeah, I remember them saying that this was kind of a huge movie for the time because it was like 97, 98.
I think 99 actually, but yeah, regardless.
Regardless, yeah, like no one was really talking about that. And especially for a kids movie, like that's
That's the
big.
thing is like last note that I have is that ultimately a lot of these movies, the early ones, a lot deeper. I keep saying deep. I don't want to use
more
that word.
serious.
A lot more mature topics.
Yeah.
Like they're not just like kid friendly, like 5-6 year olds. Like these are very like teenager friendly lessons that you could benefit from. Very good messages, very good monologues in there from parents, and a lot of the protagonists again mess up, make it right, and that's a good lesson to learn. It's like, yeah, you're gonna mess up, but it's about how you react to it, you know?
Mhm.
And those are very good lessons for kids to learn.
Totally.
And overall, this was a great experience.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, good for you.
Any other comments before we get out of here? I'm gonna let you know right now, this is the longest episode of the fourth act so far.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And 2 weeks of prep for this.
Yeah.
You're welcome. If you made it this far, you better like this video. You better subscribe. Please subscribe.
Please do.
I'm just playing. Like, subscribe, definitely comment.
Please let us know if there's any movies that we missed, any of your favorites. I would love to know.
Let us know your favorites. Let us know what we missed. If you're younger and you watched any of these movies after 2013, for sure let us know the best ones that we have to catch up on. Because this has been a great experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, a huge shout out to the DCOM movies and that generation.
Shout out.
My whole childhood was in there, and I'm honestly like,
it's very nostalgic watching a lot of these.
Yeah, and yeah, like I said earlier, just hearing what you said about them dying like that, like
who died? Oh, there's some movies.
The DCOMs,
yeah.
like the whole like concept of it, because it was just
a lot of
man, I feel for those kids. What are they doing now? They're just fucking watching YouTubers.
Oh, yeah.
Like they don't have Disney Channel, they don't have Nick movies or Cartoon Network's not technically dead, but like
they have Fortnite. They're okay.
They don't have cable, I guess is what I'm saying.
That's an old
cable child.
You shouldn't be sad about kids not playing with your action figures, all right?
You know what? You're right. I was a child constantly glued to the TV. I should not feel sorry for those kids because now kids are just glued to iPads.
Yeah. They're doing their own thing. They're finding their own lessons. They'll be okay.
They'll be okay. I'm pretty sure 10 years from now, there's going to be kids making our favorite Fortnite seasons. And
yeah.
But anyways, that's all I have to say about that. Shout out to all my DCOM kids. Shout out to
all
everyone.
the millennials.
Yeah.
I'm a millennial. Are you a millennial?
I'm like Gen something.
Are you Gen
X.
Z?
No, I'm not
Y?
Gen Z. Gen Y, maybe?
What's your name?
I don't know. I was born in like 97.
No, isn't Gen Y millennials?
I don't know.
Gen Y versus millennial. Gen Y also knows. Yeah, Gen Y is millennials. And if you don't make the cut, then you're Gen Z.
No, because I was born in 97, I'm on this very weird like cusp of between millennials and Gen Z. So I don't fit in with millennials, and I also don't fit in with Gen Z. So I'm in this weird little limbo.
Encyclopedia or something, there's like a weird letter in there. Britannica defines millennials as the term used to describe a person born between 1981 and 1996. I'm 95.
I'm 97. Like I said, I'm on the freaking brink of...
No.
Okay, then what's Gen Z? Look up Gen Z.
Well, it would be after 96. It would be 97 and on.
I don't think so. What
do you mean? So, millennials, the term used to describe a person born between 81 and 96.
I don't think I'm Gen Z, though. I don't fit in with Gen Z.
But by this definition, you are.
Okay, sure. Gen Z cusper, that's what I am.
A cusper?
Yeah.
Here we go. We can't make up more. All right, let's get out of here. You ready?
No, hold on.
Oh, she wants to clarify.
No, I have to clarify.
Let's hit the hour and a half mark. Right now, we're at an hour, 29 and 30 seconds.
What defines being Gen Z? Gen Z begins around 1997 and ends around 2010.
And that'll do it for us. Once again, my name is Gabe. This is my girlfriend, the lovely Jets.
I'm not Gen Z.
Jesus. What's the Z for Jets then? Gen Z. Jet Z.
Jet Z.
Jet Z.
Oh, God. Whatever. Shout out to all my Gen Z.
We already told everybody to do everything. So...
share this video with your friends and then have them comment their favorite DCOM movies too.
Yeah, if you
start
like
a discussion.
If you made it this far, that means you really enjoyed this conversation. So again, you better subscribe. Definitely share with at least one friend or family member. One friend and one family member. How about that?
Yep.
And again, there's going to be questions in the comments. Definitely answer those questions. And until next time, peace out.